Yo, let's play Terraformers. No preamble. Let's just get into it. We left off on Planet of Knowledge, which is... You would think it's like do a bunch of scientific discoveries. It's not. It's just spend a lot of science and explore locations. So we're going to want to prioritize here wide expansion. There's two ways that we can kind of go about doing that. We'll probably need a couple cities, but more importantly, we're going to need a lot of robots. Like a lot of robots. So considering that it's science, it seems like a pretty good place to start. We've got one building that spends a lot of science. We've got another building that spends science. We've got a couple of buildings that give us science. Why not? And then as far as what kind of resources we want to prioritize, I probably power and titanium, so we can build a lot of robot hubs. Obviously, nitrates and silicates, we can build a bunch of labs. But beyond that, I'm not really super sure. When I was still playing this before I started streaming it, I don't think I ever got to these two paths. So we're entering a bit of uncharted territory here, and we'll see how it goes. We know we're going to want to prioritize robots, and it increases our science production, so that seems like a no-brainer to take to start. And then how do we want to lay this out? So we'll definitely want triple tritium generators. So I'm guessing those are going to go like here, here, here. It would be nice to get some good adjacency bonuses out of the university. So maybe like university here and then lab, lab, lab. That leaves us no space for food, but maybe we can just trade food. So we'll place our headquarters first, right? We could do like HQ, comfort, residence. I don't know. I don't love any of these layouts, honestly. What if we went double power? No, I hate that. We're just gonna go with this. I think I see it in my mind's eye. We'll find out if I'm right or not. Getting a tritium mine set up first seems like a great idea. Although, holy cow, we're a long ways away from Deco homes. We gotta find food. We gotta find power, is what I meant to say. We'll find food in like a crate or whatever. Second tritium thermogenerator? Yeah, absolutely. Third tritium... Okay, so we're done on tritium thermogenerators. Now we just need to find food. Never have to take one of those ever again. Trade me? Robots me? Yeah. Yeah, robot me. Because now we can just get robots instead of actual people. So let's export one power to import one food. But in reality, what we want to do is just get to 6 titanium. There's our food. So now when we get science, we can build our eco homes at least. And then after that, I think it's just all robots all the time. We don't need you anymore. You would be... It's been science, so actually it would be pretty good. And then I just want to keep finding titanium. We get this, we go here, we go here. We set up... Okay, we need a little more titanium, and then we set up mines. Probably should have built the tritium mine. But that's okay. This is expansion. We absolutely want that. That just gives us a ton of tiles that we can reach. And then for these far out explorations, we can use the satellite. For the close explorations, we can use Gustav. That should give us this mine. And now I think we're chilling. So the next exploration we'll probably do here. We'll get our bus station up. We haven't found a lot of mines that we can work yet. Here's looking like it might be an okay spot. You've got a titanium mine. You've got some kind of happiness tile here. I don't think it's going to be a city location because it's next to 2 city locations. You could also just make a city here. You've got a water deposit there, hopefully. You've got a titanium deposit, and then you've got something else. We have a couple good prospective spots for city number 2. This, I think, might be the first time that we use the Show Me Extra Projects card, though. I'm a little tempted by that. Hang on. If I built farms, we don't have anywhere we get an adjacency bonus out of farms. So this is going to be tritium, tritium. This is going to be a science building. That means this square is open, this square is open, and this square is open. Just don't think 10 water... Well, I guess it depends on what this tile is, doesn't it? I wish I could know what that is before I pick this. I mean, I could. I would just much rather explore a giant tritium node. Gamble on it. We'll gamble on it. We'll take all this tritium. That's a large tritium deposit. So we could get a mine down there. We could build another home. That lets us expand here. We don't need to expand there yet. Maybe we just save it in case we want to do a second city first instead. This we could just put down, though. Let's start getting the extra support. So we're net positive for now. Adjacent population provides 2 support. I would kind of rather have that, but I think it's a little too late, so give me the robot hub instead. And now we can figure out what's out here. It's just an aquifer. So I think this is probably the most attractive spot for City 2. We get a titanium mine out of it, we get an aquifer out of it. We get whatever this is out of it, which will not be a city location because they're adjacent. And then maybe we'll be able to grow food there. It looks fine. This is the only place where you get crazy adjacency. So maybe this could be like, 4 food spots, and then all out here could be housing, or something else. That might work. I do think I can afford to change my trade up at this point. Let's import water for a little bit. No, let's import titanium so we can build robots faster. Gain 1 power and 1 titanium when constructing a robot. Yup. Increase science by 1 for every science you start producing. So I like this. I like this a lot. We're going to be building a lot of robots. Technologies cost 25% less. Science is unfortunate because we actually want to spend more science. But, it's not bad. And then what do you do for us? You don't do anything for us. You're just a little extra power, but we don't have a killer Highland spot for you yet. Let's see what you are. No real good Highland spots, but 1 power is still 1 power. Although, if we just do this, we can do improved robotics right away, and then we don't have to wait the extra turn. So let's explore you. Ah, you're a volcano. So we can restart this for 25 tritium, which is a ways away. But when we restart it, it's going to nuke this tile if we start a city here now. So I might just want to farm up tritium, 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 tritium. I think I am. Let's just go for that restart right now. Stop doing you. We'll trade away science, and we'll trade away nitrates instead. We don't need all those nitrates. And then here, we'll get our second robot hub in. Don't need these squares, but we'll grab them for now. And if a launch pad shows up, that's great. If a bacteria spreader shows up, that's great. If a robot ingenuity center shows up, that's great. This is 4 extra tiles that we get. I think we absolutely take that. I'd love to take a research center. Actually, research center's probably better. Shoot. I really wanted to get those extra tiles. We could have gone crazy with expansion out here. But let's start grabbing this tritium. So this is going to be Research Center 1. This is going to be Bus Station, most likely. And then this is going to be Eco Homes. These two are going to be Science. There's no space for a greenhouse farm here anymore. And there's no space for the second research center, so that's probably going to go over in the second city. Gustav, you've done a great job getting us set up for the future here. What does Dromedo do for us? Regional buildings aren't going to be huge this game. It's mostly city buildings. Modular apartments are also not going to be good. And earthworks we don't really need. So the bar for you, Misha, is very low. And it looks... Wow, God. Having those buildings cost 40% less science sucks, because we want to spend science. But we don't have a lot of science. So maybe it's better that we just actually get them down. I don't know. Again, like my lack of experience with this path, I think, is showing. You give robots and population. You're good. You're bad. I know we spend science on you, but I don't know. Like, if 500 science spent ends up being a really hard goal to meet, then we will have learned something. But I'm gambling that it won't be that difficult. And I could be incorrect in that. We'll find out. It'll be one of the things that we learn together. We'll take Cyanophyta. 9, 10, 11, 12. I need to trade for one of these in the next 2 turns, so I'll just do it now. I can only hold 9 projects. I guess I could just build the bus station. I guess I could just build the tritium thermogenerator. It costs us tritium, but we can get more. Please, tritium. Yes, absolutely. This lab, absolutely. I'm gonna hope that we can just build it quickly. Like, if we explore here, and we explore here... No, that puts you at 4 silicates. You need 1 more. Okay, grab 1 more then. And we're over 8 again. Well. Like, it's killing me to not be saving this tritium up, because it's keeping us from getting the city up, but I also don't want to throw any of these cards out. Every card we have is good. So we'll trade for 1 more silicate, and then we can build this laboratory, and that will be good. We enjoy that. Thanks for the follow, Riley. Welcome, welcome. Here, I think we want to take a landing pad, almost certainly. Let's just get our trade route count up. And a second follow. Thanks, Eris. How are both of you guys doing today? Let's see. We want the adjacency bonus here, so that's going to be one of these 2 tiles. For sure. We'll just go there. And now, we're just going to have discipline about how we spend our tritium. We're really going to save up for this volcano now. I think that's going to be the most important thing we do. I have plenty of time to use your other powers. We'll just grab this tritium. We can reach these because we have a bus station, so we'll just put them in now. And then we swap off of this, we start getting titanium. Because we need this, and then we need this, and those are both titanium buildings. Oh, and we could build the bacteria spreader this turn as well. We should probably do that. The earlier we get started on this Cyanophyta, the better. I don't think either of these really matter that much. But I think it's more likely that we'll use you, and it's less likely that we'll use you. We also know we're done with you. We'll probably never use you. And I guess eventually we're probably going to want more food, so we'll grab that. I don't see any tritium anywhere. which is unfortunate. I think we might have exhausted all of the natural tritium that we can reach right now. So give me a second trade route. We'll start trading away power, and then we will start gaining extra tritium. And do I need to explore? I don't think I need to explore. What would I be looking for? Maybe science to build a research center? Yeah, you are actually looking for science to build a research center. Alright. We're at 4. We need to get to 14. Yeah, we're going to need some science. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. What the heck? I've never seen this event before. Pioneer of an early expedition was found alone in a base, crafted our own shelter. Never learned about the existence of the colony. Huh. I can have her replace Misha. Holy, look at all the abilities you have. What the heck? What do you... Cities with no robots and only one population can have 3 more city buildings? Okay. Just produce science, food, or power, or mine? Let me think about you for a second. I really wish I'd used this instead, but... Hey, Misha doesn't do a ton... Like, reproduction speed I would have liked to get, actually. I would have liked to grab that. Because the Cyanophyta takes a while to reproduce. But it's really hard to turn down just for 5 of any resource. You know what? Fine. I'll take it. How's stream going? It's going good. We just started. We're getting stuck into the first game of the night here, but it's going good so far. Am I okay with all this trade still? Yes, I definitely still need titanium. I would rather not export power now that I look at it. I think I'll export food. And I think we're good to go here. The hell are you? 1 science per 3 robots in the city. How many robots do we have in the city? 2, 4... Only 4. It's not that good. If we eventually upgrade both of those to Android hubs, we would have 6, and then we'd get 2 science out of this, and then we'd get a 3rd science out of like an adjacency bonus. And I guess it is only like 10 silicates, so it's not like it's outrageously expensive. But I don't think it's that good right now, especially when it's sitting next to a spaceport, which is considerably better. So we'll just grab that. And then you have no idea how tempted I am to hit +5 power and just build this immediately. But I'm going to show restraint, because I want to get this volcano up. I'm also realizing you should be over here. And you should be here, because eventually we want to upgrade you to the actual landing pad, and then you'll give comfort to both of these cities. So we'll reconfigure that now, as long as they're just sitting there. And then we need to find... Well, we don't need to find titanium, but I think titanium is the thing that we're really looking for. You can explore for now a city location. This is probably the next tile we're going to grab out of New Monaco. So like when we build the combined living center, that's probably where we'll expand. But we don't need to do that now. I actually think maybe for right now we're just chilling. Take this off. Oh, right, because I just moved the rocket port. It needs a while to come online. Okay, fair. Nothing else that we really want to build right now. We could use the satellite to get the extra science that we need to build a development center. That seems important. And then I think we're good. None of you are really that exciting. This is just +1 person. We're not that interested in terraforming parameters. They don't really do anything for us this game. We're also not interested in a food factory. I don't really want to hurt my support when we're so close to the support threshold already. I don't have the titanium to do that. And I don't have the titanium to do this. So I think you're getting turned into science this turn, unfortunately. And then we're at 22 next turn, 24 the turn after that. I'd really love to just find one hex that had like one titanium on it. I wish that were a thing that could happen. But I don't think it's a thing that can happen. So in lieu of that, what do we want to do instead? Well, we probably just want to grab titanium. Like, we probably just want to get you. And then next turn we could build you. Yeah. You didn't find tritium down there, did you? No, you didn't. Of course not. Although next turn the landing pad comes back online, so we can restart the volcano 2 turns from now, I think. That hurts. This we have a tile for. We can just put you in immediately. 23, 24, 25. And now we can start to trade science. Like 6 science per turn. We can turn science into our burn resource. I actually wonder if trading science counts as spending it. So we're currently at 43. We're going to see if that increments to 34 or 44 next turn. If it does, I think that's very exciting for us. Oh, we also could have just mined... I didn't even notice she had mine resources. We could have just mined the tritium that we needed. I think we're just going to mine the tritium that we need anyway. So it's 5 plus 1 for large plus 2 for gigantic. So it's 3 power for 6 tritium. It's 1 power for 5. I'd rather take the 1 for 5. And then we can restart you. We now have rich soil here, which is nice. We could set up an agricultural complex would actually be kind of interesting, since we're not producing food anywhere else right now. But it also frees up this tile to start a city in, which was our major impetus for setting all that up. So we're going to go here, set up a tuber farm, and then we want to find robot hubs. We want robot hubs for rapid expansion down there. Show me robots. Anything robots. Combined living centers like pseudo-robots, I suppose. And we're not taking any of this other stuff. So this is going to be house, support, house, support, house, farm. Or it could be house, support, house, research, research, farm. Which I like a lot more. So let's get that stuck in. What do? You just make technologies cheaper. Okay, we don't actually need to spend that. What's our next step? I think our next step is to get water. I would like to turn this into an agricultural complex. We are not really strapped for nitrates on this goal state. So I think we're going to want the food instead. So we're going to want to find water. We've got water here. We've got water up here. And then we've also got water here, water here. Is that a gigantic... Ooh, that's a gigantic node. Ooh, we're going to have a lot of water. Interesting. What can we spend that on if we're going to get, like, 4 water per turn? Hey, besides just, like, a ton of farms. Maybe just, like, a ton of farms is the answer in and of itself. Anything else we need to do this turn? No, we can't really afford anything else this turn. You are a tritium asteroid? I don't really have the titanium for you. Could I find the titanium for you? Okay, now we have, like, so many choices. Android Hub's looking real good. We gotta find so much titanium now. Development Center's also... Development Center's looking okay. Development Center spends a lot of science. It It would be nice having 2 picks relatively soon. Yeah, we're gonna build like a science economic engine here, where we're gonna have a lot of picks every turn, we're gonna see a lot of cards every turn, we're gonna set up that synergy early, and then later we can just pick like every robot hub when it shows up. But for now, I think the most important thing to do is grab this titanium, start working towards this water. Stop trading you, start trading you. We'll grab you because you're titanium. So we'll actually do this, and then next turn we can make that titanium mine. Our power is also bad. We got to get this other tritium thermo generator up. And then you. We got a lot of stuff in our hand that costs tritium right now. It's tempting. Yeah, why not? We can always just throw it out if we decide we don't want to do it. So we're going to let this trade fire, and then we're going to start working that asteroid. Increasing terraforming parameters, robots. We absolutely take. We're done with this now. We're in on this now. Build it. And then just keep stacking power. Keep stacking power. We're saving water because I want to build a ag complex on that tile, though. And our leader can still perform an action. What should we get? We probably just need to take power. Like, we can't do this and we can't do this because we have no power at all. So I think we're just going to grab 5 power. And then Camille is retiring. Next options are Svetlana, who I think is like mostly support oriented. Yeah, she rewards you for building a large city. She gives you skyscrapers, which is kind of nice. But I don't think skyscrapers are the way we're going this game. Unfortunately, terraforming isn't really the way we're going this game either. I do like import life form. Genetic modification is fine, but this is an underwhelming specialism. I might take Svetlana. We do lose the game if we just don't pay attention to our support at all, so maybe it's not the worst thing in the world to take a leader who's a little support-oriented. And then I absolutely want more trade routes. Neither of these projects interest me that much. Terraforming doesn't interest me that much. Now, I would like to improve them later because it'll make people a bit happier, but for right now, I do not care about them. I think I'm going to wait one turn to build the development center, and then I'll worry about playing Automated Science Archive. And we need titanium like nobody's business. So where can we find some? Out here. Ooh, that's a big one. 7! That's a ton of titanium. Alright, that's very helpful. That means we probably want to set up this second pad. Just temporarily. I think later I'll probably turn that into like a photovoltaic array. But for now, we need a little extra trade to actually get that project done on time. So let's just stack a bit of trade on it. We found Phobos. Phobos has a little water. And that's about it. Not a lot else. I'm going to wait on that. We might do it later. We're probably not going to do it right now. This, we're going to do right now. We'll never have to think about power again once we have that relay up. And then the development center we're going to do right now. This just spends research, which is nice. Okay, so it's turn 22, and I think we've mostly built our engine. We have 2 research centers up, we have 1 development center up, we have 6 science per turn currently. That might go up to like 8 or 9 depending on space projects, and we're going to have 6 power per turn as soon as we have silicates. I think that's the economic engine that is going to drive the rest of this game. So from here on out, this is our pivot point. Our pivot point is robots for tile expansion, and it's buildings that cost science. That is now our priority going forwards for the rest of this game. What do you do? Not really anything. We don't have the power to explore right now, so it might just be an overwork kind of day. I'll overwork New Monaco. Give me a couple extra resources. Tundra forest or alpine pine forest? Temperature, 1 rainfall, just 1 rainfall. We're working... No, we're not working on temperature. So I guess give me the tundra forest. Definitely give me Marsnet. It spends science. Definitely give me... Oh, photovoltaic field. It competes with silicates. I don't want it right now. I would love to take it eventually. I don't want to take it right now. I could also just take a 3rd bacteria spreader. So this we're definitely taking. And now I'm basically looking at these two. Which is going to do more for us long term? A bacteria spreader, like the terraforming parameters or whatever, the added benefit of the terraforming parameters is they make people happier long term. They increase comfort, so each residence gives us a bit more support every turn. The benefit of a development center is that we can pick 3 projects every turn instead of 2. But 2 was already pretty good. It also helps with like projects in reserve. It's not that important. I'll just take another bacteria spreader. I don't know if that's the right choice or not, but it's the choice that we made. And then I think no, not enough titanium to satisfy export. What the heck? Alright, we'll go like that. Next thing we're doing, I think, is saving up for a spaceport and plunking it right here. There's also a silicates mine out here. I didn't notice that before. We also want to hit this empty tile. We also want to hit, like, this empty tile. But we're waiting on the Combined Living Center to do that, and food does not come in that fast. So short-term goal is also going to be, like, find a bit of water. So that we can get this agricultural center up. We can do it in roughly 6 turns. Realistically, it's going to be a little faster than that, because we'll get, like, satellite exploration on some of those. But I do want to get one of these second bacteria spreaders down. We'll play this just because we have the science now, and it comes in real fast. But I do want to start getting some of those other bacteria spreaders down. You wouldn't be a horrible idea for the second city. You I don't have a place for. You I don't think we need. I'm fine seeing 7 projects per turn. I don't think I need to go higher than that. But it does spend science. Alright, well, what else would we take? Because maybe we just take these 2. I don't want to take you. Don't really need you. I don't think we're going to be doing a lot of farming this game. I think we're going to build that agricultural center, and 3 food per turn is going to be a lot of food. So just give me these 2. We're still just, like, catastrophically short on titanium. I have any titanium. I do have titanium I can grab out here. Also, that's a gigantic deposit. Say more. That's a silicate deposit? We could put a city out here. In fact, we might put a city out there. So why don't you save your power for a bit? We'll just double produce in Singapore. It doesn't give us that much, but it saves us power for a turn, which is kind of important. We can get you down. That gives us another expansion. We can get at this water. It's going to take us a long time to save up for that. But we can at least get at it. And then technologies. Tritium exports is nice. Support income is nice. Which cost more? So this is 30 science. This is 41 science. 2 titanium and so we're perennially short on titanium. Why don't you give me house printing? I've never tried it before. Third bacteria spreader I think is overkill at this point. I don't have a place for it. Research center it spends science, which is nice. I mean, I guess. I don't want to take any of the other stuff. So just spend that now to get it out of the hand. I'm dying, man. I need the titanium so badly. Explore this square. It's got food. That's fine. Yeah, we're not doing anything else this turn. Also, I'm at project capacity. That's bad. Get rid of this plant spreader. Oh, we're really at capacity. Alright. Get rid of this greenhouse farm. I'm not going to build that. Some of my trade routes aren't assigned. It's all falling apart. Spend science. Yes, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. And it spends science? Oh, baby, say less. I think we take both of these. You we can just spend immediately. We don't need that trade route anymore. And I'd rather get 3 power out of it. Yeah, that's making 3 power per turn. And then we just start working on that. Blew all of our silicates on it, but it's okay. We can get more, like from out there. Also blew all of our power. Fair. 23, 24. We explore here and we can build this agricultural thing that we've been talking about forever. So let's get that up. That's a bit of food per turn. And then we can also build you. We can up our trade routes. We want to import silicates, absolutely. We can afford to export science. No, afford to export food. We're making 4 per turn. We have no expansion plans right now. Excuse me? Crime rates across Mars have increased and people feel unsafe. I can deal with the criminals or I can accept a bribe. 2 global comfort of living seems bad. What does this entail? I have to build a secret service office with 8 power, 8 silicates. I'm not getting a lot of silicates right now. Huh. Am I spending silicates on this project? Oof, I am. I don't know that I can really afford the silicates to build all those. Because I don't have a silicates mine up. Although we could see, is this going to be a big mine? It is. Alright, look, here's the plan. We're building a city. We're going to rush a city here. Get you. We'll get you next turn. We're going to need to find a bit of water. We're going to need to find a bit of food. We can trade nitrates for a bit. I'm going to try and deal with them. I think if we can get that mine up, and we can get that mine up, our economy is going to go insane. So let's try and make a run for it. In the meantime, I don't think any of these do a lot for us, / we can't do them very easily. Give me the import oceans, just because we might be able to reach that relatively easily. And I really want to finish this. Like, comfort of living is very good. But I don't know that I can afford it. I think I cannot afford to do that right now. And instead, I need to rush trade to get another city up. I think this spot is extremely important, and we need to prioritize it. Okay, yes. Sure, it's basically free. Tritium's pretty easy for us to get. This also spends science, but it's only 8. It's not that much. So definitely you. Sure, we'll take you. And then we're just waiting on power. Where else could we put some trade routes? I mean, this spot, this is also going to be a nitrate spine. This spot is going to be an incredible spaceport because it's going to give us at least 2 free trade routes, possibly more if there's a resource there that we can ship. That's going to be very good. We're going to grab you. We'll be at 30 food next turn, so now we pivot to water. We get off silicates, we pivot to water even harder. I can only hold 10 projects. You know what? We need to spend science for the goal. Just build a new bacteria spreader on the old one. And then just spread some bacteria. We're getting 7 per turn. It's not like it costs us that much. Do we want any of this? Yeah, kinda. Like, kinda. Not really. I would still grab it, I think. And then kick you out. Because I'm not taking the rest of this stuff. And then in 6 turns, we have to worry about this. We have 6 turns that we can just kind of twiddle our thumbs. Gigantic aquifer, I'm not going to be able to afford it soon. So you're 7, 8, 9, 10. We can start working on these again. We should get you up first. Next turn, we'll be able to start that city. Can we afford to spend anything while we wait? We could afford to make a robot hub, but I kind of want to save the power and titanium so I can get both of these mines up immediately. 4, 4, 3, 3. Yeah, just grab this. Can still only hold 10 projects. I wish it wasn't so, but I'll get rid of a research center. Sandstorm, I can't... Actually, I could fix that. Yeah, I can fix that. We definitely want you. We definitely want you. We can't... let me... Look, make a city. Your hand is full of cards that you, like, want to play, but that you can't play. Because you're prioritizing too many things right now. So, just focus on one thing for a little bit, and I think you're going to be a lot happier. We're going to do house, 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 house here. Yes? Son of a... Where can I get power? I want that expansion to go out this turn. Can I get power from any hex on the grid right now? No. Okay, then instead, grab a lot of titanium. This is only 2 power. It's relatively cheap. Save the satellites for the stuff that's far away. Like all of this out here. And then do some math. Next turn, you want to build a robot hub that's going to be 6 power. You're going to be at 9. And then you want to build 2 mines. This one's going to be 12. This one's going to be 8. You're going to need power. You're going to need a lot of power. The titanium actually might be mostly okay if you build the titanium mine first. Also, just keep building fresh bacteria spreaders, I guess. It's spending science. It's hitting the goal. It's freeing up card space. Why not keep doing it? Give me a 3rd spaceport. Give me an Android hub. Eventually we'll figure out how to make enough... Okay, never mind. Get rid of one of the spaceports. We can't hold that much. I need someone who does power for me. You do power, but only if I start making more. I don't know that I'm going to make a lot more. Spend 20 water and gain 170 support. We are getting like 5 water per turn. And we're not spending it on a lot. That's kind of interesting. What's your other ability? It's like double support. Yeah, 10 support per population. This, man, as good as Drone Hub is, especially because we have robot synergies, this may be the only game ever where Hope O'Malley gets picked over Mariam. This is that weird edge case where all of the stuff that Hope does is actually kind of what we need right now. And all the stuff that Mariam does, we kind of got ahead of the curve on already. So let's do this. Immediately, right off the bat, I don't like any of the things that you do in this pick, but give me a little while to think about it. We're definitely building an android hub, or a robot hub. We are expanding to titanium, we're expanding to silicates. We need 12 power for that. We absolutely get that next turn. Next turn we're at 14, we're at 17. I can afford to spend 5 power this turn on exploration. I will do so to rush silicates to start working towards the resonance station. Now let's think about what tech we want. I think I can hold one more project. One more non-space project. Like, as good as exploration satellites would be, I don't think it's quite right. This is +1 science on top of the research centers that we already have. So it's kind of like a free upgrade if you have infinite power in silicates, which we don't. And this is going to be a massive silicate drain for like the foreseeable future. So I think we're just going to take a research center instead, and then we're going to turn the rest into support. And I think this is turn. Next turn, we go nuts on these mines, but this turn I think is pretty much over. Okay, support threshold is increased. It's bad. This is bad. I can afford these repairs, and I kind of need to, because support is looking scary right now. I see more robots. Let me think about it. Just hang on for a second. Oh, we never built this aquifer. We should probably do that. But these are way more important now. So get the titanium up. You need 8 power. Next turn we're getting 9 power. We're getting 7 titanium. We need 8. We can do that to get exactly what we need to construct that silicates deposit. We can also spend some science on these research centers. So this is going to be food. In some world, this is going to be for food and then like a soil factory. I don't know that that's the world that we still live in, but I can at least put a little bit of science spend over there. And then we have 0 power. So I think we're just going to generate some support this turn. You have the highest population, I believe. It's not much. Most of the people on this planet are not people at all, they're robots. And then projects. I'm a little scared of our support income right now. There's no project that solves it for me, but I am seeing, like, take a development center so you can just win the game faster, because you don't need to worry about support after you've won. And then I think I can hold this? Nope, I can only hold 10 at a time. Alright, well then you are gone. We gotta get rid of these cards. We have way too many cards in hand right now, just sitting waiting to get spent. Double check your math to make sure you can build this next turn, because it's important. 7, 8, good. 6, 7, 8, good. You can build it next turn. I do not want an extra card, so just give me the shrubs. I do want a bus station, though. I'm actually going to build that like this turn, so I do want it. I want to build this too. I don't have a place to build that, just kidding. You're getting turned into support. You're getting turned into a pit mine. We don't have the power to build the bus station now. That's a fair point. That's a good point. It's alright, what else do we need? Silicates, I guess? Find me a big silicates deposit. Like, just like you. You're exactly what I'm looking for. I'm 1 away. Son of a... I gotta clear these space projects out at this point, I think. So we get 1 silicate per turn. Next turn, we can build this. We have 1 left over. But we need to make sure we have 8 in... We need to make sure we have 8 next turn, actually, to build this stupid thing. So let's make sure we have 8 power next turn. I guess we'll trade away 2 nitrates to cover that. And then, why don't you clear this project out of the way? We have no power to explore. We'll just give a speech this turn. Keep our support up. We can only hold 10 projects at a time. No, throw out the one that's 14. Save the one that costs 20. You need to build something this turn in order to take any of these cards. You're building a bus station this turn. You're not. You need the power for the intelligence office. You're building a bacteria spreader this turn. Or should you save for this project? Yeah, probably. I'm gonna save up for house printing instead. New Monaco. This replaces a research center. That's okay. That's fine. So now we need to do this again 8 turns from now. We have a small window where we can spend silicates. And I'm going to not spend silicates. Instead, I'm going to dump it into a tritium project. I'm going to give another speech because I still don't have enough power to go around. This building needs to be constructed. We have spent way too long not constructing that building. And then I did not spend a project this turn either, so this is all just going to get turned into support. I gotta spend what's in my hand before I can take anything else. Fortunately, I don't even want any of this, I don't think. But let's look at the map for a little bit first. We're saving for this project, so all this stuff that you think you can buy with science, you can't. You can't actually do it. It's a trap. You could, if you wanted to, put a bus station in this turn. And if you were to put a bus station in this turn, it would likely hit this deposit, and it would likely hit this square in case you get another power-producing building. You could also hit sandstones, which give a bit of support per turn. You could also hit a canyon, which gives you comfort. And people do actually live in New Singapore, so support and comfort kind of matters to them. Oh, and also you want that to be a bus station anyway, because people are kind of unhappy about it. But you can't reach a bus station because this place is full of rocks. Okay. And then if you destroy the rock, you don't have the power to make the bus station. You didn't think about that, did you? No, we're going to be exploring this turn instead. We're going to be exploring, and we're hoping that we find 3 silicates. If we find 3 silicates, we can build the power relay next turn. If we find 5 silicates, which I think is pretty unlikely looking at what we have available, we could build it now. So those are all 3. You're only 2. You're not going to give us 5, but that's okay. You gave us 2. That's not the number that I needed to see from you. I needed to see 3. So now we're going to need to do that. But then this turn we actually get to press buttons. So first of all, house printing. Now every time we build any city building is 2 titanium in our pocket. Which we're getting a lot of it, but it also just means we can spend a lot of it on all of these titanium heavy buildings. We have 6 turns until we need to set up the next Secret Service office. That means we have plenty of time to plunk down a resonance station. Get 9 power per turn. We should not have to worry about power for the foreseeable future. I'm not going to say ever again, but at least for the foreseeable future, I think we can ignore power as a resource, and then we can set up a spaceport here to get 2 free trade routes. Not this turn, but soon. Grab that tile, grab that tile. set up a nitrates mine. It's just +1 of a resource. We need to get 1 more power next turn. And we need to get like 3 more tritium, but we could explore for tritium. Have we found any? No, we have not found any. Okay, well then we probably can't do that. What we can do... I actually think there's nothing you can do this turn. I spent all my power. And that's all that your abilities do. Do we want to know whether we can expand anywhere? Not really. Just grab some of these science ones up here. We still have a lot of buildings that cost science that we want to make. So let's get started on that. And then I can still research a project. So our hand is finally under control. We could think about whether we want to build any of these things again. Set me up with another tuber farm. We don't do anything else with our nitrates. I don't think we really have population anywhere that's doing us favors with comfort of living, and building slots in cities are more valuable than 2 comfort of living is right now for us. Because comfort of living, I don't know if I've explained this before, if the game's explained it before. Your comfort of living is a multiplier for how much support per turn you generate. So this building is generating 5 support per turn, and that's because the comfort level is 3, so it's 3 support per turn. And then it's got this adjacent delivery drones. So every time you increment comfort of living, every building in your city that holds people gives you 1 extra support per turn. But for a place like, New Monaco, where this is actually the only building that people live in, +1 comfort of living is only +1 support. If you have like 4 skyscrapers, +1 comfort of living is +8 support. But that's not like the way that we have things set up. So it's not that good for us. Instead, I think I'll just stack food for a bit. And yeah, I don't have anything else I can do with your turn, unfortunately, Hope. That's an unfortunate increase in support. I think I have a place for that photovoltaic array, though. I do. We might build you. I don't think we're going to build you. I think we're out of places to put spaceports. I think we'll just build you because you're here and you call science. I don't know where we put you exactly. Maybe over here somewhere. Also, weren't you going to do something over here? Were you going to get this tile? Because you could put this combined living center in. I mean, it's +5 support. You should probably just build it because people will like it. And then you can expand here and you can expand here. Maybe we just build like a second bacteria spreader on that tile. We'll finish that project. We'll start clearing out our our space project backlog. Start saving up for our spaceports again, probably. So not you anymore. Yes, you. We'll be at 12. No, you'll be at 11. Now you'll be at 12. I want to get onto this tritium mine. Is really what I should do. Maybe that should be a city. And +9 power per turn. I think for the short term, we can be a little reckless with how we spend power. Yeah, just turn it into science. So what are priorities now? Priorities are not losing. So +10 support per turn seems like it'd be pretty good. And it's a bunch of resources that we make a lot of. Spending science seems like it'd be pretty good. You're full. You're not full? If you're going to be food, you can have an applied science center here. We'll turn this whole, backcourt area into science stuff. And we don't have the tritium to build a spaceport yet, so I can spend a little extra power on getting rid of rocks, so I can put these bad boys in later on. Like, next turn, we'll be able to build you. And we can just put you back there. Keep our exploration going. Just keep turning it into support. That conversion is kind of keeping us afloat right now. It's not ideal. I'd rather not be net 43 in the hole on it. But it's at least keeping us above water. And then I gotta set this aquifer up one of these days too. Maybe we just do that this turn because we've got the power for it. You're a good science sink, but we have a lot of science sinks in hand right now. We have 54, 66, 78 science in hand that we could just spend if we save up on it. It puts us at like 200. We're actually still going to need more, so I should probably grab this. And then we don't have room for a space project, so all three of you are out. We are starting to get a bit of food. Maybe combined living centers aren't terrible. Like, what are our robot synergies again? Increases science production? It's fine. Gain power and titanium when constructing a robot. I'm thinking almost like if we see a combined living center and we replace a robot hub with it, in places where people won't be like nightmarishly unhappy because they live next to 2 power plants, it would increase our overall support per turn. Because we'd be replacing robots that don't think and feel with real feeling, thinking humans. Do I want to build a bacteria spreader or a research center? I think I see enough projects, so build me the bacteria spreader. Let's just keep the terraforming parameters going. It'll make people happier in the long run, and maybe we won't have to worry so much about our support per turn. And then what do we want to explore? We want to find tritium if we know where tritium is, but I don't think we do. I think we've found all of the easy to find tritium on like this half of the planet. So instead, why don't you just discover me like support tiles? We'll keep stacking support up so we don't have to worry about it as much. And then we're also doing Android hub. No, I want to save that power. I want to save that power for the spaceport, and I want to put a spaceport there. We'll be able to do that next turn. In fact, we'll be able to do that next turn, and I don't need to do that trade. So we can go back to trying to build some of these space projects and getting them cleared out of the backlog. We shouldn't have them split like this. We should do that. Just focus on one of them, get it built, get it finished. A robot ingenuity center is interesting. It spends science. Where would we put it? I'm going to think about it. I'm not taking any of these, I don't think. We're not finishing. I would take it, but like we're not finishing a space project this turn. So you have 2 robots. You have a ton of robots. You have 5 robots, but you have no free tile. You have 2 robots. And you do have a few squares where you want to expand. You also have squares where you want to expand, though. I mean, I don't think I give a shit about any of the other 2, so why wouldn't I just take the Robot Ingenuity Center? I don't know if I'm going to build it, but I do know that I'm not going to build any of the other 2. So finish these out, take your free trade routes, and then with your 2 free resources, what do you want? I think I want science. Because all of our buildings in our hand cost science. Like, we're making 7 per turn, but look at all the science that we need to spend in our hand. And then you have a bus station, so explore me all the tiles that are actually in range of your bus station. I still don't want any of these, just give me the support. That's a city location. I can't do anything with that. Hope is retiring. Arthur is a driller. Drilling is very good. Isabella is a little late to the life form party. I think that engine's already constructed. So I think it's kind of Arthur by default here. This is going to be good if we set up that tritium mine. We're not quite at that point yet, but mine resources is always good. And earthworks isn't bad. It saves us a bit of power. Now for picks here, we definitely want to take this soil factory eventually because we've got a good farming area going here. I don't think we care about the rest. We also need to build our Secret Service office this turn. So let's just build that. Lock it in so we don't have to worry about it. And then continue on with the rest of our lives. If I were to mine silicates this turn, I could build a heliostat power plant on this tile if I also build the Android hub. I don't have the power to do that, but it could be a next turn kind of thing. Or I could just build it here, actually. Yeah, I'll just build it there. So mine silicates, heliostat power plant, that's another 3 power per turn, yep. 12 power per turn now. Should really never have to look at power again now. I think we said that when we were at +9 and then we were wrong, but like this time at +12, we don't have to look at that again. I promise you. And still importing science is good. Still importing science is good. Yes, still importing science is good. Science per turn or penguins? Neither of them matter. I don't see any world where I'm going to put penguins on this planet, though. I want that. I'm willing to get rid of you to get that, because it spends science. Nothing else here spends science. You make science? Don't think I need to make science anymore. You make support? Maybe. We don't quite have the food income to support you yet, but I think we're getting close to the point where we might just start grabbing skyscrapers when we see them. And then I want to explore you. Well, hold on. Before you do that, do you need to drill for anything this turn? I don't want to drill for tritium because I don't have a place where I would put that launch pad. Oh, I could drill for nitrates. Yeah, drill for nitrates. And then just build your soil factory. And then you've also got the capacity to make an Android hub. I do. Put it like down here. And then we go here. We go here. We go, we should wait and see what these 2 tiles are. That might be something we actually want to expand to. This we know we want, and this we, well, both of these we had to grab to get to these. Because they're question marks. And then these are going to be easy exploration, so I don't want to grab them with the exploration satellites. Why don't you just keep sending the exploration satellites north? Just keep seeing what's up there. And I can still research a project. 7 science, 7 food per turn. And we're at 28. Why not? Why not just put 1 skyscraper in your pocket in case you wind up using it sooner than you think? Oh, and my trade routes aren't assigned? Alright, well, let's finish that, because this will be done next turn. This is just a nice science spend. Wondering whether I want a delivery drone in the middle of the city. I think I do. I'm not going to take you. I'm not going to take either you. I'm not going to take you. So take these 2. Plunk a delivery drone here just to get an extra tile expansion. Start exploring what these squares are. You're just empty. Good to know. Could put you in too. It's 3 support. And then we can go up here for a bit of support. We can go over here. We can enable you. It's going to make people slightly happier. It's not going to change the world, but we are down to -24. We are slowly crawling back from our support deficit. And then we can also put down a science building. I'll just stick you right over there. And we have a little spare power. I'll blow up a rock. I know he's got, like, the earthworks power, but I would rather mine resources if it's available, ever. It's just so much better. So much better. Android Hub, Planetary Engineering Lab, Research Center. I don't think I need the expansion. I think I'm starting to get worried about spending science. Oh, wait, never mind. Here's a bunch of projects. 19 and 15 versus 22 and 22. I'm honestly, at this point, I'm just taking the projects that cost more. And then here, a orbital ring is really good. Orbital ring is really good. So we'll take orbital ring. And I'm looking at like an entertainment center for here. Because adjacent buildings give +3. There's going to be 4 adjacent buildings here eventually. And they're strong candidates for being upgraded into skyscrapers. So I know we just built that thing, but I think I'm honestly already going to replace it. That's not going to pop yet, but soon that spot is going to go off. Oh, there's a titanium mine out here. Hey, you know what? Why not? Okay, so let's evaluate. We're at turn 44. We explore at least 50 locations. We'll be fine on that. But spend 50 science. We're at turn 44. We're halfway through spending science. I don't think we're producing enough, but after we're done exporting to this project, I think we're just going to import science, and we are going to rip through all of these science buildings that we have in hand. I'll import some oceans. I need to drill tritium before I really want to get down to business on that. But we have a mine right here that we can do it on, so. Oh, and we can spread life this turn? Kind of running out of places to spread life that aren't super far away. But I'll do like one more, and then honestly, by the time that recharges back, oxygen's going to be really close to level 3 already anyway. What do you have? Water? That's fine. This is a science spend. This is a science spend. But I think I would rather have this, even though it's less, because we have 3 of these already. And also, actually, if we get rid of you, we can just put that in. Fill that out. So you just fired 13 turns ago? No, I don't think so. You're going to spread again. 17, 17, 17. Yeah, they're all so far away. That's fine. You are going to drill tritium, because we're exporting a lot to all these projects. Four turns, we need to have 8 power and 8 silicates. We're going to be fine on that. I'm thinking I could build a city here too. Do I need to? No. Also, that's a high elevation spot. Actually, I could build this here. Okay, so we can't afford to do all of those anymore. but we got a lot of trade routes now. And then I guess we'll just keep... Oh, this is the pole. Yeah, let's grab some free terraforming resources. Alright, we're looking for science spends. No, we're not. We have a ton of science spends. What are we looking for? What do we care about? I don't think we care about any of these. Our hand is just stuffed with stuff that costs science that we can't really afford. Right, we still can't afford that. We need to drill tritium. Now we can afford it. And you know what? Forget this whole project. Just start dumping it in there. We should also, if we're going to get... Oh, we never built the water mine here. There we go. Okay. Now, we don't really have squares for new buildings. So I think we're just going to replace old ones. I know there's like literally a spot right there. That's going to be a development center. Minus 40 support income. The game is telling us that we should be done soon, I think. This is 26 science, but 8 expansions. That's huge. I'm not making enough science to afford it yet, but it's an interesting concept. We have one free trade route. We want to start working on you. I know you think we don't have the tritium. We do. We just drill for it. Next turn, we need to build you. You're going to go somewhere over here, probably. Like right there, probably, if I had to guess. Increasing a lot of terraforming parameters. That's going to help with our support overall. I wouldn't hate getting an exploration satellite up again. So let's flood, get a little extra support. Put an exploration satellite in. We should also start upgrading these, just so we can increase our science production a little bit. You're gonna go here. We have to do one more of these? No, 2 more of these. Jesus, okay. Well, you go here. We're literally mining tritium every turn to keep up with this project, and it's just barely cutting it. Exploration? I don't know, what do we really need? Well, tritium. Never mind, I answered my own question. And silicates, I guess, but we have a silicates mine. It's fine. And then projects. None of these really do anything for me. Just turn them into support. We're only really looking for like 3 buildings. We're looking for the robot plus human habitat. We're looking for stuff that costs a lot of science and also is good. And I don't know what the 3rd building is, even. Maybe we're only looking for 2 buildings. I don't know. Also uncomfort living for every 2 robots? Not really. It's just 3 science. I don't care about it that much. We are going to drill trit again, just to make sure we get over that project. And then we don't have this coming up for a while, so we can afford to start upgrading these. It's just going to give us 1 more science per turn. Combined living center, these things. These are the things we want. I mean, it's 20 science. 20 science is 20 science, you know what I'm saying? Also, we have 32 power. Just get rid of all these rocks. We're just going to stuff 2 of them back there. This is mostly for support. It's not really because we need the tile expansion. But we could just, like, expand here. And I think that's all we can do without people getting unhappy. Like, that's a city location. We might use it. That's a city location. We might use it. So we're just going to leave them for now. We can still research a project. You're 3 science per turn, but our silicates are a little thin still. I'm a little leery about spending them. I mean, we could grab this and just have it turn into 1 more food, actually. 2 more food. That's 9 food per turn now. That's pretty good. And we need to explore 2 more locations as well. We still have 21 power, so yeah, we'll explore a location. Trade route's not assigned. We can fix that. Arthur, you've done great work for us here. I'd like to thank you for your contributions. Neither of you really doing a lot for me. Industrial lobbying is just kind of like a safe pick. Trade center, well, actually trade center's pretty good, but I don't have places where I can put a trade center. All of our cities are like at 15 already. So for these, I'm mostly looking at like, what's your specialization? 7 expansion? Like, you're late to the party. And we could start doing plant spreading, I guess. It's conceivable. You... sure? We still don't like quite get enough silicates when we're spending 8 every 8 turns over there. Just give me another development center. We could take this, actually. Because that's finished. I don't know if we're going to use it. We're making 12 power per turn, but why don't you just, like, put it in storage? And then work on those exploration satellites, too. This gives us 25 support every time we use it. That seems pretty good. So that's 50 of 50. Now we just need to spend science. So we'll spend some science with that project. There's also the poles up here, aren't they? There's a lot of silicates up there, too. That's actually kind of useful. Maybe we do grab you? Yeah, why not? Trit per turn. Not super interested. Spaceport. I guess I'm interested. Not really interested in the rest of this, I don't think. Where can I put a space? Just chuck it over here. The spot's not doing anything else. And I'm getting concerned about how much science we still have left, so I'm just going to start importing science. I think after we finish these projects, I'm not doing any more space projects. I'm just going to import science and spend it. That's all we're going to do. So I am fine. Like, it's turn 52. That's pretty late. We're at minus 78 support per turn. I do think for this scenario, you need to get pretty aggressive about your science spending. That's at least what I'm finding. I'll replace you. I'll enable you. I will complete you in 1 turn, because I have a lot of trade. And then, yeah, we'll just keep exploring. Like, I know we're at 50, but... Oh, wait, actually, that's pretty good. Maybe I should be doing that. Yeah, just expand over there. I need stuff that costs science, please. Nothing here. It's going to be a while before we can build that. We only get 1 trit per turn. Grab me a skyscraper, because our support is looking a little scary. And we probably need to start upgrading buildings to skyscrapers pretty soon. And then also take me up here to the pole. Give me a couple free terraforming parameters. I have 8 trade routes, 3 power per turn. You know what? You're more valuable to me as science. So trade away all of our water. Trade away a bunch of our titanium, too. We get a ton of it. And then just go keep exploring. Tuber farm, solar panels, have module. A tuber farm we can use. You cost science. We're starting to get desperate. I'll take it. Oh, we also need to build you this turn. Can we just, like, override the old one? No. This feels a little cheaty, but, like, what if we destroy it and then build a new one? Yeah, that works. Okay, sure. Sure, why not? Oh, we can't... We're out of building slots here. Okay. Then I think you're going to be getting upgraded. So that we can build... Excuse me? I need even more population here? Yeah, I can't afford that slot. Okay, fair. Build this project. Robot Ingenuity Center. I think I could replace one of these robot hubs with an Ingenuity Center. Yeah, it gives us even more slots. It actually gives us net +1 slot. Not really anything we can expand to, unfortunately, that isn't already a city location, but that's okay, it spent a little science. It doesn't matter. Grab anything. We have a Marsquake. We have a building that costs science. We have a building that costs science. Good. Greeley base has been damaged. We can repair that. You're fine. Rub some dirt in it. I would like to find silicates. Like a lot of them. 5? It's not quite enough, but you did do your best. I'll build you next turn. Shove a second development center back there. And now we're getting very close. We're at 418 of 500. 438, 458, 470, 482, 491. We need like one more science building. I don't think there's water that I can put you on. We're gonna have to wait for next turn. I mean, oh god, it's 38. Yeah, absolutely. That's a good one. I'm not that worried about you. Really, we just need to build this sucker now. I actually don't know why I took this space project, because I kind of want the import. So I guess we'll just do that. We'll build this heliostat power plant. We'll grab exploration sites that actually have science associated with them, just to keep us topped up. We'll replace you. We're at 450. So these two, we need 50 more science, basically. We're getting 15 per turn, so we'll be done in like 5 turns. But less, probably, because as soon as that exploration satellite's done, we're great. I think we're good. I think we've got it in the bag here. Minus 56. The game wants us to leave. I'm getting strong against the storm vibes out of this currently. We can take you. Just overwrite you and play you again. If there's anywhere left, yeah, we can get some out there. We don't have enough silicates to do that. I need to go explore for silicates. I can do 7. I cannot do 8. I do think I'm going to be done before the next time this fires, though. So that's good, at least. Boreal rainforest or plankton? I'll take plankton. No science building? That's okay, though. I don't think we need it. 17, 25, 33 we get next turn. In 2 turns we'll be done, because I can build the GML lab, and then that's victory. I don't think I can rush it any faster than that. Oh wait, yeah I can. I have 6 available trade routes. 8 and 14 is 22, 17 and 22 is 39. Okay, never mind, we win next turn. Math. Math owns. These choices don't matter. These choices don't matter. These choices don't matter. This choice matters. Bam. That took longer than usual. I think we made some suboptimal choices in the early game, but I didn't know. I'd never done this scenario before, so at least now we do know. And importantly, we still won. With, I would say, a pretty healthy margin to catastrophic loss via support. I think we were good for like another 10 or 15 turns there if things got really dicey. We have new leaders. +1 support for every 2 new mines. That seems cool. That would be really good for like the red path, where you just have to build a ton of mines. Reduce cost of dikes. Ocean mines are cheaper. It's a late game kind of thing. Yeah, okay. How are we doing on time? That was an hour and a half? It's a long game. The hell are you? Rural community retreat? -2 support for every population in the city, -2 support for every robot. So this is like the only thing you can build in a city? Oh, I see. It's +22 support per turn. And then -2 for every pop, -2 for every robot. So you build this and you build like one other house. And then an enormous hyperloop stop to give them 8 points of exploration. I'm sure that's exactly what they want, is like a community retreat thing. These are all ranches, it looks like. Duck farm, sheep farm, cattle ranch. Sure. Sure. And then let's go do one more. Let's try that last path.